Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madden. Yes, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel have a best friend in Jamaica that we love. When they get work to do, especially from our squaddies, our soldiers. And last week Friday, June 30th, 2023, was one of that day that made us very happy. The sad part is that one man escaped. But don't worry, we are going to show his photo. As most of you know, that in the ghettos of Jamaica, especially in the Kingston metropolitan areas, our young men aspires to become dons and era leaders of their respective communities, because that is the only time they feel a sense of belonging, respect among the residents, although their lifespan is very short, like 25 years. What we are going to tell you about is how 3 men from the Dark Side gang, including one Don from Southside Kingston, who are affiliated to the Little Danny gang, were killed by the police, and the sight of the dead men are beautiful because one of them, his left eye, is gone. Yes, all you can see is just flesh, and it's on the socket where his eye was. Is gone, and his right eye open because he thought by doing the same he would not die. So whenever gunmen, and you see them with their eyes open when they die, you know why they're doing it, because they're always trying to fight it. Yes, but what we as crime fighter would tell them, say, don't fight it, it's gonna be alright, don't fight it, don't fight it. So you tell them that you know that they're going a better place. So as you can see right there, you're looking at the top right, that's the opposition leader Mark Golan, and below Mark Golan, that's a man by the name of Danville Palmer. Yes, Danville Palmer is a known gang leader of the Upsetter gang. Yes, and he's the Don, and he's a known murderer too. Yes, he's a murderer, and he was marching in the presence and proximity of Mark Golan. So they marched from Jonestown to Anatown, saying that they want peace, but because he started the war and losing the war, so now he wants peace, and you know who was ready to oblige the opposition leader of the PNP LGBTQ plus party. So you know that whenever Mark Golan, if he becomes the next prime minister, that criminal will have an ear to him, as the same way George Flash had with PJ Patterson, because George Flash was a messenger when PJ Patterson was prime minister. But you know, God is good, and God will make sure he take out all those wicked criminals. You understand? Yeah, so we love when, we squad take care of these terrorists in Jamaica. So right now you're looking at two men. The one at the top, that's the one done from dark side and south side, and that's Danville Palmer, who's at the bottom. Danville Palmer gave him a 9mm Matic, 9mm pistol to kill Fathead on June 30th, 2023. And two of his friends are at Madden's. You understand? Two of our friends are they're at Madden's, and the one at the top, he escaped. That's the only person that survived the shooting. But hopefully now squad, they will get him somewhere, somehow. And Danville Palmer is the one that provided logistics for these men from dark side, because the assignment for them to kill Fathead was close by, in proximity near to where Danville Palmer lives. Yes, and Danville Palmer will tell you we're in Orange Villa where he lives. So the other man was peppered properly, and we'll put those photographs in Patreon for the people who are in Patreon to see the photos of the men who the police have killed. Yes, we're not going to show you the victim of the victim that the parasites had killed. So we're going to show you the terrorists that squad is killed. Yes, and we are very happy for that, because the other was peppered properly by the detectives, and we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel said to the squad, a job well done and thank you, yes, for ridding the street of two parasites. So before we get into the matter itself, let's give you some background information on who's responsible for giving the men the handguns to carry out the murder of Craig Bighead Johnson. Yes, Craig Bighead Johnson. Some people call him Fathead, but he's Bighead. You understand? That's how the police do him as. But some people call him Fathead. So there's a man who's the gang leader of the opposite gang by the name of Danville Palmer. Yes, that's the man at the bottom right there. Yeah, the same Danville Palmer who was in the company of opposition leader Mark Golding, marching from Jonestown, Kingston 12 to Anatown, marching for peace, because Danville Palmer returned from prison, Horizon Prison, last October 2022 and started a war with Blackie in Anatown that he's losing. So therefore he went for his political backer to solidify his status as a killer and unknown murderer in the space. Danville Palmer lived at a place known as Orange Villa, which is a gated community with some of its occupants having licensed guns, and most of these men are convicted criminals and deportees, including his brother. The Don who's giving him protection is Poochie. Yes, Poochie, who's the Don of Orange Villa. Poochie is in an intimate relationship with the late Willie Agar Moore's wife, Little Miss. Yeah, Little Miss. That's a woman who cannot read, Little Miss cannot read, most people don't even know that. You understand? Little Miss, she's Willie Agar's, the late Willie Agar's wife. So accessing the Orange Villa community is not an easy feat. Yes, it's not an easy feat, and only the security force can go into the community, as the licky police officers from Kingston West Division are always there checking Poochie. So you see him police them, the same criminal man, Poochie. Yeah, the police are my friends, so the police they would give Poochie information to give to Danville Palmer, who they are investigating, who is wanted and who is this and who is that. And there's a certain detective who is always seen over there, I don't know why. But I'll call it, I'll try to reach out to him first before I put him up on the web space. So last Friday, June 30th, Danville Palmer provided the men from Southside with 3 9mm pistol for them to commit their crimes and return the guns. But things did not work out as planned, thanks to the police officers, detectives who were at Tranquility Home and inquiries. Yeah, inquiries are police terminology, and I'm not going to explain that to the average Joe. So when they heard, so whilst the police officers were at Tranquility Home, they heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots, and they went outside to investigate and saw two men entering a car with their guns in their hands. Two of the men were fatally shot during the alleged confrontation with the police. So 3 people are reportedly dead following 2 connected shootings involving alleged criminals and the police in downtown Kingston. It is reported that at around 10:30 a.m., 4 men traveling in a car shot and killed a man on Orange Street, that's in downtown Kingston. While leaving the area, they reportedly challenged police personnel at the House of Tranquility Funeral Home. 2 of the men were fatally shot during the alleged confrontation. 2 other men who were in the car escaped. Police have identified the man who was shot and killed by the gunman as Craig Bighead, some people call him Fathead Johnson. The other deceased, believed to be one of the shooters, has been identified as Marcus Lupton of a Kingston address. The third man, who cops said was also involved in the drive-by shooting, later died in an hospital. He has not yet been identified. Reports are that the shooters went to Orange Street and killed Johnson, and while trying to escape, but were confronted by a team of detectives and a shootout ensued. 1 policeman was injured during the confrontation. A police force said the men traveling in a blue Toyota Vitz motor car led law enforcement officers on a high-speed chase. The men crashed into a wall at a section of Slipe Road. Reports are that firefighters had to cut out 2 of the car's occupants from the vehicle with the jaws of life. They were rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital, where one of the men succumbed to the gunshot injuries he had received earlier during the gun battle with the cops. The other man, who was admitted, died hours later. The search continued for the other male who managed to escape, and that's the man that we have shown you before, the one called Wandan. The other man, he managed to escape. So that's why we say we love Madden. Madden is our friend. So the 2 that was killed, that they were taken transfer from Kingston Public Hospital to Madden. Yes, that we love Madden. So the name Madden could be interpreted as reference to the fact that it is a place where killers can go to depart from this life and move on to the next. Yes, they will tell you that's why we love Madden. So listen why we love Madden. Madden's funeral home could be interpreted as a reference to the fact that it is a place where killers can go to depart from this life and move on to the next. So that's why we love Madden. Because it's a departure lounge for killers, yes, for murderers. We love when they go there. So the word mad, that is from Madden. You understand? They have prefixes and suffixes. So you understand? So mad could also be seen as reference to the fact that these killers are often mentally unstable. So that's why, so that's why we say we love Madden, because these guys, it seems like they're mad. You understand? So we want to point out that there is evidence to suggest that Madden Funeral Home is an haven for killers. We know that the name of the funeral home is not simply a coincidence, but because of the behavior of these young men from the Kingston metropolitan areas, believe that killing others is the best way to resolve conflicts and disagreements. And it has to do with culture and the lack of respect for the life of another person. It is essential to make generalizations about people based on their profession or occupation, especially the people who work at Maddens, because they will be sure their coffins are comfortable. We hope you, our loyal viewers and subscribers, don't believe or think that because someone works at Madden's home, it does mean that they are killers. No, they are not. These are the people that make sure that that the killers, when they went to the departure lounge, they get a nice cassette, very comfortable for them to depart from this life. So that's why we love Madden. Yes. So most funeral directors are kind and compassionate, people dedicated to helping families through difficult times. But some of the families of these parks or experience what their victims' family have experienced. So some of these parasites, especially the gunmen, the killers, at least their family now is experience what the victims' families have experienced. It is important to note that not everyone is an individual who should be treated with respect. Taking another person's life without justification or self-defense violate the most basic human rights. It is a crime against humanity, and it's a betrayal of the trust that society places in its citizens. So these gunmen, that's why we say we love Madden, because everything that they are doing is against the laws of nature and the laws of men. And it's a betrayal and trust that the society places in its citizens. When someone take another person's life, they are not only destroying life, but also the fabric of society. They are creating fear and distrust and making it more difficult for us to live together in peace. So that's why we always believe in preemptive strike, and we applaud the police officers for using preemptive strike in getting rid of those 2 gunmen. One done escape, but they will get him, because he's walking with Matic, and you understand. So we need to hold accountable those who take the lives of others without justification or self-defense. We need to send a clear message that this type of behavior is unacceptable, and we will not allow it to go unpunished. So that's why we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we love preemptive strike, because preemptive strike save lives. Yes, I don't care what nobody else want to say, but that is what preemptive strike does. If it was a preemptive strike, the killers would have escaped. You understand? Although one escaped, but next time, if Squaddy have him M16, he would not be, he wouldn't escape. And a speedy recovery for, our Squaddy that was injured. We also need to do more to prevent these crimes from happening in the first place. We must address the root causes of violence, such as poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunities. But look, in Jamaica, poverty have nothing to do with criminality and crime. It's a culture, and it's something that it has been put in place since 1972, and we get a lull from it from 1980 to 1989, returning back to a semblance of normality. And then Michael Manley won the election in February 1989, and from then Jamaica has been suffering since then with criminality. And we have seen how we have put them on a pedestal by Mark Golding. Yeah, put that man on, man on the upper right that you're seeing there. Yes, Danville Palmer. Yeah. So we also need, more to prevent the killing of others. We need to provide better education and mental health care, and we need to create a culture of respect and tolerance. That is not what we have in Jamaica. The culture that we have in Jamaica is that people must be criminal-minded, criminal supporters, criminal enabler, criminal and excuse specialists, and sympathizer for criminal. And the victims are suckers. And Mark Golding has shown that by marching with Danville Palmer. You could have balled blood liquor more. Yes. Right now, the only party we see right now that's showing that them have no if nor buts. A terrorist them out around them, Danville Palmer. If you're not a killer, them not march with you. You understand? See, you never go march with Dr. Daz or Waterford. So, Uncle Fool no understand, and ideologues who are programmed like organ robots. So if that's a Jamaica you want to live in, well, Mark Golding is going to be a prime minister. You understand? Yes. I don't live in Jamaica. You understand what I'm saying? So we can play a role in making our communities safer. We can be kind to one another and stand up to violence whenever we see it. We can also support organizations working to prevent violence and help victims of violence. If a person respects themselves, they will not take another person's life without justification or self-defense. They will also understand that the security forces must protect the lives of others, and they will not take it personally if they are taken out in the line of duty. So when a policeman put his life on the line, for the CM all carousing and grateful Jamaican people, him do it not because he's forced to do it willingly because he believes in what he's doing. That's why he put his life on the line. But I am very happy that I still have mine and I did not lose my life. Because in Jamaica, when a police officer is killed, the same people, most of the ghetto people, them celebrate. Because they are the parasites in the society. You understand? They believe that they're supposed to be able to abuse people's rights, infringe on their rights, and the police must not do anything about it. Because they have the support of politicians like Mark Golden, the opposition leader. And we will not stop saying that. You understand? He marches with a known murderer. So, one could have cried ice cream. You understand? So we should not shed any tears for those who take the lives of others without justification or self-defense. They have forfeited the right to our sympathy. We should instead focus on supporting the victims of violence and their families and working on to prevent violence from happening in the first place. That's why men like Danville Palmer should not be treated as a decent citizen, because he is not one, but someone who have taken the lives of others. It is important to remember that the security forces are also human beings. They are put in difficult situations and sometimes have to make difficult decisions within a fraction of a second. Either to allow someone to kill you or you have to kill them. Use preemptive strike to protect your life. All the time. So we should respect their courage and their commitment to protecting our communities and not to demonize them as the government and the opposition party have been doing for the past 34 years and have put their powers behind criminals who have attacked the police force and its members through legislation like Indicom. We can all play a role in making our communities safer. We can be kind to one another and stand up to violence whenever we see it. We can also support organizations working to prevent violence and help victims of violence. Together we can make a difference. We can create a world where everyone is safe and treated with respect. In Jamaica, to show love is weakness. We need to educate the people that love is strong and hatred is weak. How you and someone used to eat out of the same pot, and because of a disagreement, you decide that the next person is to be killed. That is not love. That is not love. That is self-hatred. As we said before, and we say it again, at no time you must not sympathize or shed any tears for criminals and killers when they are killed by the police. What we must do, we must celebrate when they are taken out and support the victims, as most people should have done. Support the victim of big head or fat head. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.